Meet Sophie Tanner from the UK, an independent woman who's living her best life flying solo.
People often ask me if I get lonely living alone, but solitude and spending time on your own and enjoying your own company is a skill that everyone needs to learn to enjoy, whether they're in a relationship or not.
Sophie's passion for self-love led her to the concept of sologamy, which is the act of marrying yourself. I quite like the idea of that.
I went through quite a bad breakup, and I woke up one morning and I realised that I wasn't the loser my ex was, that I actually really was happy. I really loved my life. I loved my friends and family, and most of all, I loved myself. So I thought I want to celebrate this idea that I can love myself. And what better way to celebrate love than with a wedding?
But surely you can't get married without a proposal.
I didn't propose to myself as such, but that morning I woke up and I realised that I was the one for me, that I wanted to celebrate my self-commitment. That morning, I'll always remember as very special because that's when the light bulb moment went off. Good girl. And so I call that my self-proposal.
Having said yes to herself, and why wouldn't she, Sophie set about planning her big day.
The planning of the wedding was relatively easy because it was just me making the decisions. I wanted to make it a public affair because I think there's a lot of stigma around being single, and I wanted to challenge that. So I did it in a public arena.
Sophie decided on an open-air ceremony in Brighton. Of course she did. Which would be sure to draw a crowd. But being the centre of attention has its downsides.
The night before the wedding, I did have a what the hell are you doing moment. I was nervous about being in front of an audience and thinking that everyone would laugh at me. So I definitely had pre-wedding jitters.
Thankfully, she didn't get cold feet and leave herself at the altar. And the ceremony got underway.
I had my friend James dressed up as the Pope waiting for me.
Dearly beloved, we are gathered here today to unify this woman in holy matrimony.
And my father gave me away to myself.
Who gives this woman to marry herself? I do. Thank you, Father. Please sit forward.
And the Pope took me through my vows, which were the traditional wedding vows, adapted from the plural to the singular.
Do you, Sophie Tanner, take Sophie Tanner to be your wife? Do you promise to love her, comfort her, honour her, keep her, in sickness and in health?
I do. I had a whole collection of friends gathered around, but there were passers-by who also joined. I heard people saying, "What is that girl doing? Where is the groom?"
With this ring, I be wed.
With this ring, I be wed.
I never thought I'd be in the middle of a busy street marrying myself. But I just felt really powerful.
I pronounce you wife!
That final moment when James pronounced me my own wife, it just felt really jubilant, and all the doubts that I'd had up until then just fell away, and it felt like completely the right thing to do, and I'll never regret it.
With Sophie declared wife, just one tradition remained. But it wasn't the easiest to pull off solo.
The moment you lay down kiss the bride!
I wasn't sure what to do for the first kiss, whether to kiss a mirror, but that seems like vanity. So in the end, I opted for that thing you do in the playground where you wrap your arms around yourself. And that actually worked really well. I got quite into it. What I'm trying to do is make a statement in solidarity to anyone who's single out there and who's made to feel like they should be ashamed of it, that they can be responsible for their own happiness and they don't always need to be waiting for the one.
And 4 years later, she's still the love of her life.
This year, which was my 4th anniversary, I decided to renew my vows because I wanted to show that I didn't regret it.
I promise to cherish and love myself for eternity.
And I'm happy to say that me, myself and I are still going strong.